फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are reading the story of Bhagiratha, and Bhagiratha had asked the question, how we can get established in this knowledge. As regard knowledge is concerned, we know I cannot be the body, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Parrot. We are all parroting Vedanta. Do we have the experience? So, how do we attain that? Then Tritula, the Guru Maharaj to Bhagiratha told, ज्ञानेन ज्ञेय निष्ठत्वम एति चेतो हृदंबरे ततः सर्वात्मको भूत्वा भूयो गच्छेद न जीवताम. When you are abiding in your essential self, then you are no more living as a jiva. Then for that, what has to be done? Then we were told the sadhana. The asakti anarvishanga putradhara gruhadishu nityam ja samachittatam nitya ishtanittopa pattishu atmano ananya yogena arati janas tad bhavanam anantaram anaratam vivikta desha sevitvam arati janasamsadi adhyatma jnana nishthatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam eta jnanam itim proktam ajnanam yasmad yatah ita anyatha. This portion we have seen. When this is practiced, what happens? This is the topic we have come. Aham bhavo upashantau tat rajan jnanam avapyate. Aham bhava upashantau. See, this aham bhav, the notion of I, has to be dissolved. And we have discussed this in many different ways. How this notion of I has to be dissolved. See? Before we go what is said, let us reflect ourselves. We are told, the truth is experience without experiencer. Aham bhava upashanta. Now how do we practice this? We experience the colors, forms. We hear sounds and noise. Then these are the two things that the world is, name and form. So, देखो, सुनो, मत बोलो. The moment you respond in terms of any evaluation, anything about anything, the ahankara is born. See? Who asked you one of the another mantra? Many times we talk when it is not asked. It is not necessary. This is how the aham does not allow us to keep our mouth shut. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, his mouth was always shut because zero aham. Aham bhava upashantau. When this aham is quietened, then only jnanam avapyate. O Rajan, O King, Bhagirath ji, then the knowledge happens. This is one thing we have seen. Experience without an experiencer. Is it not our experience in the deep sleep? There is the experience, but there is no experiencer. During the sleep, nobody says, hey, I am enjoying, you are snoring away, okay? If you are disturbed, I am sorry, but I am enjoying. No. Analyzing our own experiences on day-to-day basis and learning from them is practice of knowledge according to Vedanta. Aham bhav upashantav. Now second, aham bhav upashantav. Don't give yourself any choice. The moment choice is exercised, aham is born. I don't like it, I like it. The like and disliking, aham bhav, is nothing but the pure consciousness with the impurity of the ego, or the impurity of desire. See, desire cannot happen to the stone. Desire cannot happen to the hand or leg. Desire happens to somebody, that is aham bhav. See? And who is that aham? He doesn't exist. The son has the aham bhav. My father doesn't understand anything and he is miserable. The husband has the aham bhav. I don't know why did I get married to this girl. I am so fed up. Aham bhav for the husband. Aham bhav for the son. Aham bhav for the father. I don't know what to do with this child of mine. He doesn't listen to anything. So this aham bhav is not for the man. It is for the conditioned man. In the same manner, aham bhav is not for pure consciousness. But when the pure consciousness is expressing through the body, there also there is no aham bhav. But after expressing through the body, when gets identified with the body and an individuality is born, that is aham bhav. Therefore, give yourself no choice. We are working on erasing the ego. See? Aham bhav. Then, removing the ego or aham bhav, living at zero complaint level, no complaints about anything in this world. How can we practice that? Jo thari rahe, so mari rahe. Then what is life? Life is time pass. See friends, this our Maha Mantra Mala, you reflect on that, your ego will be erased. Aham bhavopashantav tad rajan jnanam avapyate. In this knowledge, there is no knower. There is Jivan Mukti. There is no Jivan Mukta person. See, we may call, we may say, he is the Jivan Mukta. But he is not even aware of it. See, he has transcended the notion that I am someone other than others. No. Aham bhavopashanto tat rajan jnanam avapyate. We have to quieten this aham. And this aham starts popping its head only through words. Again and again remember this. When this is done, then you will see slowly our attention will be only on the quality of the mind. It is the mind where the aham bhava comes up. Bhagirath uvacha sharirasmin aham bhavaha chirastaha tyajyate katham. Here the question asked, Sir, asmin sharire aham bhavaha chirastaha. We are identified with these bodies always, since millions of years. It is not that only human beings have the body identification. animals, plants, everywhere. See? Some places it is manifest, some places it is not manifest. If you take the shrub, touch me not. The moment you touch, immediately it shuts down. Why? Aham bhav. Similarly, the animals. You try to go and want to kill the animal will give you back. Because aham bhav, don't kill me. In short, body identification is by default. This is what is the question. Sharire asmin aham bhava chirastaha. It has always been there. So, tyajate katham. Now this question is like what this also we have explained in different context. How can we get rid of the notion that the reflection in the mirror is real? For whom? For a child, for a man, or for an animal or a dog. The child and the dog will only suffer. You cannot do anything. And you cannot stop reflection happening in the mirror. But a man can. He knows it is only an appearance, it doesn't exist. In the same manner, if we are able to understand that the conditioned expression is an illusion, it is not real. Therefore, Karnataka, whatever we are supposed to do, you do it sincerely, beautifully. But at the same time, don't forget, you are just playing a role. You are not that really. Shariresmin aham bhava chirastaha tyajate katham. How can we get rid of this identification with the body? Now this question is good for us, Bhagiraji has asked, but we have already discussed in different contexts. What we call it as a Badha Prakriya. We see the things, but we do not give it the status of reality. See? Like when many a times some news, flash news comes, or some kind of morph presentation is done, we know it is not real. See? Therefore, Shariresmin aham bhava kathirastha kathajate katham. How do we get rid of our long-standing body identification? Tritula uvacha. The Guru Maharaj Tritula said, Paurushena prayatnena tyaktva vishaya bhavanam sattam ashritya sampurnam ahankaro layam vrajet. Paurushena prayatnena. First of all, stop complaining. That is why, I don't entertain too many questions. Questions are complaints, they are hardly any question. See, my mind is very disturbed, what should I do? No, it is your mind, you should know what others can do. So here the teacher says, Paurushena prayatnena. Put right efforts, be committed to the spiritual path, it will happen. See, for us, the thing should be convenient according to our whims and fancy. We are not ready to change. Paurushena prayatnena means a seeker is born when he is ready to change in the light of wisdom. Presently our condition is I am body. The scripture says you cannot be body. Then instead of arguing how I cannot be body but I am living through that means you don't want to listen. You don't want to change. See? So, Paurushena prayatnena, what tyaktva vishaya bhavanam? Be attentive. Tyakta vishaya bhavana means we give up the objectivity in our knowledge to a great extent. That means dispassion for all the objective perceptions. Vishaya bhavanam. See? Therefore, that knowledge where objectivity is predominant, then objectivity part is reduced, then one comes to a point ultimately the objectless awareness. See? These three things we told you. Sounds we hear by the ear. But we also hear the silence when two sounds are separated. In between there was a silence. Unless you have heard the silence, you cannot say they are two sounds. Like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, twice. Only once. So how that Om Namah Shivaya become twice? Because in between there was a silence. That means we hear both sound and silence. Sounds can be heard by the ears. Silence cannot be heard by the ears. Then think. Then we come to know that the absence of the sound is heard by someone, something which is eliminating even the absence. So the mind expressing through the ears hears the sound. The same mind, when not expressing through the ears, hears the silence. So both sound and silence, both are eliminated by the same mind. Therefore, what is the mind? Mind is beyond sound and silence. Paurushena prayatnena. These are the efforts required, not physical thing. Tyaktva vishaya bhavana. And therefore, we give minimum or zero value to presence or absence of things and beings. Presence of things, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, the five objects, their presence और एब्सेंस इट्स ओके, कोई बात नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, ठीक है, इट्स फाइन, सी, नो प्रॉब्लम, टेंशन नहीं लेने का. दीज आर डे टू डे मंत्रास महाराज. पौरुषेण प्रयत्नेन त्यक्त्वा विषय भावनाम. We first, this is one Vishaya Bhavana. Second meaning is, whenever we come in contact with any object, immediately our mind starts working on it. So, perception is done by the mind, that is a natural condition. But the projection is a trained condition of the mind. Then the mind starts projecting on what is perceived. And that perception is becoming thereafter so strong that there is no way that we can get rid of these projection. And the projection then creates a series of thoughts. That object is good, that object is a source of happiness, that object is important, I don't have that object, without that object I am incomplete, therefore I must get that object, and the world is given a status of reality. Vishaya bhavanam tyaktva. And therefore for this is the best mantra. Dekho suno mat bolo. Dekho suno, mind is functional. Mat bolo, mind is not reacting. See? Many times we talk so much, whether others are interested or not, like I am talking. But I know there is nobody in front of me, so I am talking like a mad person. A mad person doesn't require anybody to listen. All the Mahatmas are mad. Samartha Ramdas Swami, Manache Shlok, he was speaking to his own mind. Mana sajjana bhakti panthe jidave tari sri hari pavi jedo swabhave. Whom to you are talking? I am talking to my mind. See? The more you are becoming aware of the functioning of your mind, to that extent the objectivity will be reduced. To that extent, the impact of the objective perception will have minimum influence on our knowledge. Paurushena prayatnena tyaktva vishaya bhavanam. Then sattam ashritya sampurnam. Then holding on to the infinite substratum, the existence. How sound has come, there I am. M, existence, satta. Sound has come, there I am. Sound has gone, there I am. Silence has come, there I am. Silence has gone, there I am. So, coming and going of the objects or their presence or absence makes no difference to me. Is it not our experience? Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. There, the Sampurna Satta, the infinite substratum is childhood has gone, but I am the same, supporting. Earlier I supported the childhood body, now that body has gone, who cares? Another body has come, teenage body, that also I am supporting. That also has gone. The middle-aged body has come, that is also supported. That also has gone. I haven't gone anywhere. Now the old age body has come, that also I am supporting. It will go, who cares? Will the space ever care if an object is destroyed or an object is created? No. In the same manner, this has to be clearly recognized. Whether the color is red or green or yellow or blue, does it make any difference to the eyes? See, sounds are Bhagwan's name or a movie song, it makes no difference to the ears. Whether good thoughts or bad thoughts, it makes no difference to the mind. They come in the mind and they go away. Mind is the same. Whether there are many waves or no waves makes no difference to the ocean. The more we become aware of this, Paurusham Paurushena Prayatnena Tyaktva Vishaya Bhavanam Sattam Ashritya Sampurnam. Therefore, do not associate yourself with any finite. When we associate with the finite, it is the Apurna Satta, that is called as Ahankar. When we associate with the infinite, it is Sampurna Satta, the absolute reality. See, husband is a virtual reality. Man is the absolute reality. Apurna Satta is Ahankar, virtual reality. Sampurna Satta is the actual reality, the Paramatma, the truth, the Brahman, Bhagavan. See. Sattam Ashritya Sampurna Ahankaro Layam Vrajed. Therefore, we have to slowly start giving up our identification with small little things. First is the possessions. Second is the body. How we are identified with the body? We are all the time concerned with our name and tradition and our culture and our country and our language and our gotra. All these things make us very firmly identified with the body. See? They are useful only a particular extent, not all the time. We have to drop them at any time. See. Sattam Ashritya Sampurna Ahankaro Layam Vrajet. So till such time we are identified with the body, we are carrying the burden of Ahankar. Then after that the second generation of Ahankar is born. Then there are many bodies born. So we become mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-laws, outlaws. So many of them. Where are all they? They are nowhere. But they are the one who are making us miserable. See, a man doesn't become miserable. It is the husband, it is the father, it is the son. They become miserable. If this you can digest, this I am repeating shamelessly 100 times. One time at least it will click. So how do we know we are walking on a spiritual path in the right direction? When the possessions and relations of this world will have minimum impact on us. First symptom. Second symptom, the past we will not bring out again and again. We keep on talking about our past. I was there, I had done this. Who is interested in our past? We have to make it very firm. Never talk about our past, never ask anybody about their past unless they are interested. There are some people who want to talk about their past. Okay, then you say, okay, oh, then what happened? Talk to them. But don't get carried away. But what happens? Somebody tells, I was in London and, acha, see, when we don't listen even to him. We start when I was in London. Because we are carried away by the past. See, friends, it is so important. Don't get carried away like the story of the Vikrama Vetal. When the Vetal is telling the story, Vikrama gets carried away. And then he gives his opinion. And then the whole work is over. Again he has to go back to the same work. That story of Vikram Vetal, I like it so much. It gives the real essence of the whole spiritual life. Live in this world, don't react. That Vikrama was reacting to every story. Are we not doing the same thing? We react to the temperature, we react to the rains, we react to the news, we react to the everything that comes in front of us. We have to react, we have to have our opinion. Relax, relax, relax. पौरुषेण प्रयत्नेन त्यक्त्वा विषय भावनान् सत्तामाश्रित्य संपूर्णाम् अहंकारो लयं व्रजेत्. When we practice this slowly, the ahankara will be dissolved. And for that, what is to be done? Sarvaishana parityajya shanta shesha visheshanam akinchanatvam ayataha sa shantaham kriti bhavet. First is Sarveshana Parityajya. Eshana means desires. In our scriptures, it is said there are 3 types of desires. Lokeshana, Putreshana and Vitteshana. Lokeshana is, after death I want to go to heaven, I don't want to go to hell. See? But you can go to heaven only if your son will give you the last Agni and he will put Ganga Jal in your mouth. Then only you can go. Otherwise you cannot go. Oh, but then what should I do? Get married? Get married, but then it will require money. Yes, it will require money. So, to have the son, you have to get married. To get married, you require money. So, Putreshana and the Vitteshana, money is required. These are the main 3 desires. We want to achieve something higher, we want to go to heaven. It cannot happen just like that. You have to get the support of everything around you. In this example is Putreshana. Unless the son does the Shraddha, the soul is not liberated. And you want liberation. What is liberation? Going to the heaven. See. Get this point across. Then without money, who will give you a girl to get married and produce a child? See, friends. So, Sarveshana Parityajya. When we do not want to go to heaven, we do not have to have wife, we don't have to have children, you are at peace with yourself. Yesterday I mentioned this. Have an appointment with you all alone. No mobile, no YouTube, no TV, no friends, no nothing. In your room, just only by yourself. Either close eyes or sit down quiet. And do nothing, not even japa. Just be. Then slowly you will start learning how the mind functions, what type of thoughts come, to whom the thoughts come. Are the thoughts coming to the mind or the thoughts are coming to somebody, then who is that somebody and how that somebody is born? Then we know identification with some conditioning, wife or son or then the somebody is born, and to that somebody the thoughts come. So what you have to do now? When you have learned this thing, then take a position that now for 1 hour I am nobody. And if the thoughts come, we can do it later, okay? Again the thought comes, no please. There is nothing more important than to know yourself. That is the highest priority. Like when we catch a flight, the highest priority is go and check in. All other things are secondary. See friends, sarveshana parityajya, no desire of any kind. No desire even for moksha. No desire to attain anything, therefore our mantra, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Then what is spiritual life? Time pass. So start with 1 hour. What are you doing? I am doing meditation. Forget about meditation. Then you are doing time pass. What do you get by the time pass? Nothing. But then are we not losing time? No, you don't lose anything. Nothing is yours. Sarveshana parityajya shanta ashesha visheshanaha. See? All specialities associated with us are quietened. What are the specialities associated with us? I am good, I am bad, I am man, I am woman, I am husband, I am wife, I am Indian, I am non-Indian, I am Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. We want reservation for realization. See, this is our fundamental right to create problems. See, Shanta ashesha visheshanaha. No visheshata. Only just being. Not becoming anybody. This is the meaning of practicing silence. By only chanting Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, we create more noise. Maunam Vyakhya Prakadita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. See? And thus, when we spend our more and more time in this Shanta Ashesha Visheshanaha, drop all the past. This is what old people, you can know. They will keep on talking about their past. And we don't understand. Old, I am also included in that. We don't understand. Nobody is interested in our past. Our past is not like Rama and Krishna. Our past is like any useless husband and wife. See friends. Sarveshana parityajya shanta ashesha shanta ashesha visheshana. Ashesha total. Visheshana something added on to. Then akinchanatva ayataha. Then you come to a akanchanatva, Mr. Nobody. You are nobody. So if you are sitting as a husband, mind will start playing with the wife. If you are sitting as a father, mind will start getting worried about the son. But if you just sit quiet as nobody, akinchanatva, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Somebody will have to do something. Nobody has to do nothing. Somebody has to reach somewhere. Nobody has to reach nowhere. This is Yoga Vaasishtha. Don't get carried away by too much complications of your so-called spiritual life. No. People on the spiritual path are more miserable than the average people, those who are hand to mouth. Because they are only busy, only sustaining their life. Their field is limited. And the spiritual people, all the time in the fantasy of imagination, that Mahatma was walking on the water, so I want to walk on the water. Oh, he was blessing somebody and the thing is to happen, so I want to become like that. See, but the truth is this: Shanta Ashesha Visheshanaha Akinchanatva Ayataha. That is the truth. And therefore, we have to give up all the specialities associated with us. Akinchanatva Ayataha Sa Shanta Ahankriti Bhaved. He has attained freedom from the Aham, ego. No more Aham. Then, जो तारी रहा है सो मारी रहा है. भगवान की जो इच्छा है वो अपनी इच्छा है. When we merge our desire with God's desire, then whatever is happening is His desire. Then our desire will never be failure, because our desires are same as that of the divine. So if you want to fulfillment of your desires, match your desires with God's desire. So what is God's desire? Whatever He wants to get done, He will get done through us. But for that, we must be a fit instrument. Then only He can function through us. So, Sarveshana Parityajya Shanta Ashesha Visheshanaha Akinchanatva Ayataha. Remain as nobody. Don't demand any special status anywhere in the world. See? When we go to see the Mahatmas, there also we demand a special status. I am close to Mahatma. I know everything. See, this is how around the Mahatma there are circles. Inner circle, middle circle, outer circle. Don't get lost in that. Hold on to this most important thing. Shanta Ashesha Visheshanaha Akinchanatva. This is the spiritual life. Now Chitta Vishrantihi, continuing the thought further. Evam Shrutva Guroho Vaktrat Sarvameva Parityajan Rajyam Swam Araye Datva Khinna Prakriti Paurakam Adho Vaso Vashesho Sau Nirjagama Savandalan Yatra na Jnayate Heshaha Tatra eva uvasa dhairyavan. Now, when he thus heard from his guru, who? Bhagirathji. Then what he did, Evam Shrutva Guroho Vaktrat. When he thus heard from the mouth of his Guru, Sarvameva Parityajan Rajyam. He has given up everything of his kingdom, including anything that you can think of. And then Swam Are Datva, and Ari means the enemy. Then he gave his complete kingdom to his enemy, along with Kinna Prakriti Paurakam, along with all the subjects of that kingdom, who became very miserable because Bhagiraji was giving it away. Now they have to live under the rule of the enemies. See? Rajyam Swam Are Datva Kinna Prakriti Paurakam. Then what he did thereafter, Adho Vasa Avasheshoso, only the langoti, only the kaupina cloth he had on his body, and gave up all the things that he had, the royal dress and everything. And then Nirjagama Swamandalat, and he went away from his own place. He went away from his own kingdom. And Yatra na Jnayate Heshaha. Where did he go? Where nobody knows him. See? It is such a joy to remain as an unknown person. But we want to be known. I am so and so, I am so and so. See, friends, when you are unknown, then you can lead a nice life. Don't we do this thing? We go to the various time-sharing places for 3, 4, 5 days, and there we are in such a remote place, nobody knows us there. There we start behaving in a very different manner. We'll be putting on the chaddi, and then the slipper, and then the funny kind of cap, and then we'll take a scooter, and your wife is sitting behind, and then Mere Sapano Kirani. That you cannot do in a place where you stay, where you work, where your children are. Because there you are somebody. The moment you go to these vacations, you are nobody. No officer, no subordinate, no nothing. Enjoy. Friends, if you are able to catch this point, life is a celebration. We suffer because we become someone special here. In fact, we are the common substratum. No speciality. See? So, evam shrutva guru vakta sarvameva parityajan rajyam swam araye datva khinna prakriti paurakam adho vasa avasheshosau. Adho vasa means the cloth. Adho means the lower. The lower cloth means the kaupina cloth, only the langoti. With that only, Nirjagama, he left his own place, and Yatra na Jnayate Esha, where nobody knew him. Who is this Parikshit? Not Parikshit. Who is this, what is his name? Bhagirath. Too much of becoming non-specific. Adho vasopashantosto nirjagama samandalat yatra na jnayate heshaha tatra uvasa dhairyavan. And there he lived happily with confidence. Chitta Vishranti, we are coming to know how to dissolve the mind in pure consciousness. Thereafter what happens? Tataha alpe naiva kalena prashanta sakalaishanaha. By this, with a very short period, he has attained freedom from all desires. No desires. Tataha alpe naiva kalena prashanta sakalaishana. No desires of any kind. Even the desire to know the truth. It is the wave which likes to know the ocean. It is the ocean which likes to know the water. The water doesn't like to know the water because it is water. Then what is the ocean and the wave? They are water with some speciality. Water with the totality is the ocean, Water with the individuality is wave. But water without the speciality of totality and individuality is Paramatma. Tato alpenaiva kalena prashanta sakalaishanaha. All his desires in very short time were completely quietened. Prashanta is the word. Now even if the things are available, no desire sprouts for any indulgence. Meaning presence or absence of things and beings has zero impact on his knowledge. He is the same. Bhagavad Gita words, Dukkheshu anudvignavanaha. When miseries come, the wise man doesn't become miserable. Sukheshu vigataspruha. When there are comforts, no more attachment to the comforts. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. Free from the desire, anger, etc. See? That was his state. Prashanta sakalaishanaha. Paramena shamenasau. Prapa vishrantim atmani. Then parena shamena. And thus his mind was completely superb, completely dissolved in pure consciousness. See? What sadhana will the husband have to do to dissolve the husband into the man? Think about it. Sadhana has to be done by the husband. Man doesn't have to do sadhana because the husband is miserable, not the man. Know it for again and again. See? But when the husband starts doing sadhana, he disappears. Like, I want to sleep. And in the sleep, I am not there. This is the beauty of this Vedantic sadhana. So, paramena shamena asau prapaha vishrantim atmani. Paramena shamena, by extreme withdrawal. Bhagavan Shankaracharya defines shama so beautiful. Virajya vishaya vrata dosha drushtya mumurmuhu swalakshe niyata avastha manasaha shamochate. Manasaha swalakshe niyata avastha. When the mind is firmly abiding in its own source, that is the shama. So this is what is mentioned here. Paramena shamena asav. For what is to be done? Virajya vishaya vrata dosha drushtya mumurmuhu. The same thing Bhagirajya did. He has withdrawn from the world, knowing well that these are not the source of happiness, so let me give it up. I want to be a non-entity in this world. When you become some things, there are so many things associated, do's and don'ts. When you are a driver, when you become a driver, then there are many rules applicable on you. But when you are just a passenger, no rules applicable, you enjoy the drive. Exactly the same way. Let him drive our car and we be a enjoying passenger. See, friends, paramena shamena asav. By the supreme withdrawal of the mind, prapaha vishramtim atmani, he discovered fulfillment in his own being. Bhagirath Maharaj. Then what happened? Ekadasa brahman bhumau swasaiva puramayayo prabho rajyam gruhaneti prarthitopyarina tatha nadade trunamapesha rute bhaksham bhagiratha. Ekada, once it happened, so Brahman Bhumau, when he was moving on the earth, Swasya eva puram ayayu. He happened to come back to his own kingdom, which was his earlier kingdom. And then the arena prarthitaha, the enemy to whom the kingdom was handed over, now that enemy king, he requested this Bhagirathji, Prabho Rajam Gruhana. Oh dear boss, kindly take this kingdom. This kingdom is yours and kindly take. Then tada he said, na adate, na adate. He did not accept. No, please. Then trunam api esha, not even a blade of grass. Then rute bhiksham bhagirataha. Bhagirata, other than the bhiksha for sustenance of the body, other than that, he did not accept anything given when the whole kingdom was given back to him by the by the enemy to whom he had given it. He didn't accept anything. See, friends. Once given up, given up. See how simple things are. Spiritual life is not a problematic life. It's very simple. And for that, don't forget the mantra. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You don't gain anything. See. Na dade trunam apeshaha rute bhiksham bhagirata. Thereafter, the 43rd verse. Atmaram kadachich saprapa tritulam gurum kinchit kalam uvasasau tena sardam vanadike. Now this Atmarama reveling in his own self, kadachich, once he happened to move around and he came across his own Guru Tritul Maharaj. Then kinchit kalam uvasasau, then for some time he lived with his Guru, tena sardam vanadike. And then both of them were moving in the forest, in the mountains, wherever they were comfortably, happily, cheerfully moving. Then samatam upayayautu gacchantautu vanatvanam, they became sama, same. Now there is no differentiation between the disciple and the Guru because both of them may have merged their individuality, although they are functioning through the different bodies. This is what I told you. Badha Prakriya. Function as a husband, but know that you are a man. Function as a father, but know you are a man. Once you recognize this, that we are playing the role in the duality, in the Dvaita, but our Advaita Hani, we should never forget our essential nature that we are. And this is all the spiritual life. You don't have to give up anything, go anywhere. But Bhagiratha, don't try to be Bhagirath. Be yourself. Bhogirath. So, Samatam Upaya Tau Gacchantau Tu Vanatvanam. So both of them, they became almost completely identical, and then they moved from one forest to another forest. Why? Time pass. See, like many people used to ask me, Swami, you are running from one place to another. Why? Only reply is time pass. And nothing to gain, nothing to lose. I have nothing to create in this world. See, friends, mind is at peace. If you own anything in this world, you have become special. So, samatam upayatau tau gacchantau tu vanatvanam na nanandatu anandam na dukkham na cha madhyamam. So they were neither happy nor miserable nor in between. They were just moving in this world. If you had to say something, therefore they were moving in this world happily. There cannot be any word which can be explained, which can be used to explain their status. So we use the word be happy, moj mein raho. So nanandatu anandam, they did not become happy when there was happiness. Na dukkham, they did not become miserable when there was a misery. Na cha madhyamam, they were not in between also. That means they were absolutely indifferent to all that is happening to them, like the space is indifferent to all that is happening in the space. Like the vision is indifferent to all that is seen by the vision. Like the mind is indifferent to all the thought that erupts in the mind. In the same manner, the pure conscious existence is indifferent to waking, waker and waking experiences, dreamer and the dream experiences, deep sleeper and the deep sleep experience. To all of them, the pure substratum that I am is absolutely indifferent. Although supporting the waking experiences of the waker does not become waker. This is the Badha Prakriya. Although seeing the dreams and going through the experiences of the dreamer never become the dreamer. Although supporting the deep sleep but never going to sleep. This is what is mentioned here. Nanandatu anandam na dukkham na cha madhyamam. All experiences are illuminated, but none of the experience ever touched. Siddhi arpitam aishwarye menate jarjaram trunam. And when some Siddha Mahatmas came in their way, now see what I am telling you. The Dharma Shastra, then Adi Devi got all the Siddha Mahatmas. We have got all the Siddhis. They will bless you something. They will appearing in 10 places. They can create anything for you out of air. They are the Siddha Mahatmas. Here they said, Siddhahi arpitahi aishwaryam. Although they were blessed with many siddhis by the great Siddha Purushas and aishwaryam, many prosperity and gifts, menate jarjaram trunam. They considered them like a blade of grass. That means all the things which were given to them as a blessing by the Siddha Mahatmas, they did not even look at them. This is the Adhyatma. But majority of us go to the Siddha Mahatmas for fulfilling our desires. If you are carrying zero load of desire, you will not run from one temple to another temple, one place to another place. See? Siddhai arpitam aishwaryam menate jarjaram drunam. They considered all that prosperity and blessings given by the Siddha Mahatmas, they're like a blade of grass. Athai kada mruto bhupaha kasminchin mandalantare tat prajnastu parijnaya munikyam bhagiratham tam asadya samaniya moda chakru mahipatim. Atha ekada, once like this, when they were moving in some kingdom, mruto bhupaha, the king of that particular kingdom died. And tat prajnastu parijnaya munishya bhagiratham. And the people, the praja, they came to know that he is a Bhagiratha and a great Rishi and a great Muni, and therefore they went and requested him and said, Sir, you have to now be our king. Kindly accept this kingship and rule over us, guide us. So, tam asadya samaniya moda chakruhus mahipatim. And he said, okay, if you want me to become the king, okay, I become the king. So for him, moving in the forest and becoming a king was the same issue. Evam tatra sthite radni prak prakrutaya ayayuhu abhishcha prathito raja puna tasam abhuta bhupaha samaha shantamana mauni vitarago vivatsaraha. So when he was thus remaining there, then so many people came. Abhishcha prathito raja puna tasam abhut bhupaha. When he was requested by all the praja, then he again became the king. But how? Samaha shantamana mauni. He remained the same equanimous whether he was moving in the forest or he became the king. Shantavana, mind is no more disturbed, no specialities added. Mauni, he was at peace with himself. Vitarago vimatsaraha, not attached to anything in the kingdom or anybody, and no hatred or uh, anything, hatred or somebody or other, nothing of that sort. Atha वर्षसहस्राणि तपस्तप्त्वा सुदारुणं पितामहान् समुद्धर्तुं भुवि गंगाम अयोजयत. And in this manner he ruled for thousands of years, and then he did the tapasya and tremendous darunam tapasya. He did a tremendous tapasya, and his great grand parents who were cursed, and they will be liberated only by the Ganga Jala. Therefore, Pitamahan Maha Samudhartum Bhuvim Ganga Ayojayat. And he was responsible for bringing the Ganges on the earth. This is how that great Parikshit Raja lived the life of perfect spiritual life. Not interested and yet involved everywhere. Iti Vaasishtha Sangrahe Bhagiratopakhyanam Nama Chaturvimsha Sargaha. With this, we conclude the 24th chapter of this compilation of Yoga Vaasishtha in this manner.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो तारी राह सो मारी है, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.